So when I got onto social media and I said, I can tell when a woman has been raised by a side chick or mistress, how comfortable you are with dealing with men is in direct correlation with how your mother allowed herself to be treated by men while you watch wasn't acceptable to a lot of women. But we always sit here and talk about women with daddy issues, right? We never blame the mother for why women make the choices that they make when it comes to men. Okay, but the truth is, a lot of women who feel extremely comfortable with being a side chick learned some level of a man being in her life, a tool to bring her more confidence, or having a man in her life brings her more status and more security. A lot of women have abandonment issues, so they want to be with men regardless to that man's status. Some women feel like they can be the woman that takes a man away from a woman. Some women feel like they don't want the responsibility of being a wife, so they'll be a side chick. There are a number of reasons why women decide to do this, but a lot of times it has to do with their upbringing, whether their father was in their life, whether their mother taught them to allow that type of treatment inside of their life. A lot of women looked at their mothers date men who were separated and decided to go ahead and date a man who was separated. I am a prime example of that. Okay? That's why this is easy for me to say, because I can look at myself in the mirror, and I remember when I was younger and I saw my mother dating somebody who was separated. And he was around, he was a nice guy. He used to buy me things. He used to take us out to dinner all of the time. He was always around. He was an amazing father figure to me. He was a great guy. He still to this day is a great guy. But when I was younger, he was somebody else's husband. And he led my mother to believe that he was going to leave his wife, and he didn't. Okay. Now, my situation with me and my son's father was headed for divorce. He was separated, but he ended up divorcing his wife, of course. We knew this was going to be inevitable. I mean, after I've spoken to her plenty of times, she was just like, I'm done with him. I was done with him before you came around. I've been done with him for a long time. So after speaking to her, I knew that their situation was going to be over. But then what struck me as odd is when I decided to start taking him real serious and building a family with him, and them two came to, well, no, it wasn't both of them. It was him. He came to me. He said he wanted to try to work it out with her, but he didn't know whether she was going to be okay with that. And she led me to believe that she was not going to be okay with that. But then they got on social media and did an interview about me on YouTube. And this interview has been a tool that the men on social media use when they want to try to attack me. So they'll come inside of my comment section when I post up TikTok clips or reels or shorts, or even when I do a live stream. They come into my comment section and they say disrespectful stuff to me about my son's father because of this interview that the Black Manosphere tends to use all of the time as a tool to try to debunk something I'm saying, when I'm encouraging women to never get in the situation I was in with my son's father. Like, I could see if I was the woman that was like promoting this type of thing that women should be doing and go out here and do this, and then I could see them being like, why would you tell women like that? I could see them being frustrated. But for me to be the woman that's flat out saying, I don't think that women should be participating in this type of thing. And I remember when I did this, and I remember what I was thinking around that time. And as much as everybody else's perspective of it, they want it to be like everybody wants to pin me, not even everybody, but some people want to try to depict me as like this mistress who was trying to destroy someone's family. You have to understand, from my perspective, that was not even close to what I was doing, because my ass was completely convinced that their shit was over. And I'm the type of person that I don't really believe that a document, right? You getting a marriage license, right, is stopping anyone from having behaviors that are detrimental to their marriage. You feel what I'm saying? Like, people will say that they're married and will sleep around with other people. People will be separated and they'll start dating someone new and end up, after their divorce is final, marrying their person. That's happened. I've seen it happen, So I've seen it happen with celebrities. And I was talking about this recently in a live stream, where celebrities tend to do this all of the time, where they're still married to someone else legally and they'll start dating someone else. And then when their divorce is final, they marry the person person that they were dating that's around that time. But when people look at my situation and they look at me raising my son alone, for some reason they tend to believe that I raised my son alone because I had a baby by a married man. He's somewhere sitting still married to this woman. And then when they find out that he's divorced from this woman, they'll say shit to me like, well, you ruined their family. You're the reason why they're divorced. No, no, that's not how that went at all. It's not even close.
They call me a god.